Even tax collectors came to be baptized. "Teacher," they asked, "what should we do?" Of course, tax collectors were well known for taking more from the people than what they actually owed, and then they would line their own pockets with that. And so John basically said, well, this is how it would look in your life. Verse 13, "Don't collect more than you are required to," he told them. Then some soldiers asked him, "And what should we do?" At this time, the soldiers were in charge of enforcing laws, and so sometimes there would be some crooked soldiers that would accept bribes or extort money or accuse people of bogus charges. And so John says this is how it's going to apply for you as you carry out your work as a soldier. Don't extort money and don't accuse people falsely. Be content with your pay. Be content with your pay. That's the big idea that we want to look at today, contentment. But how does that apply to me in my life, in my situation? Now, content does not mean lazy. It does not mean unmotivated. Content does not mean that you shouldn't dream of a better life or work harder to provide for your family. Being content does mean that we're going to try to guard our hearts against coveting. Coveting is when you look at what the person next to you has or what the neighbor has, and you begin to want that thing and decide that you're not going to be happy until you have that. And in doing so, you end up growing unhappy and ungrateful for the things that God has given you. That's what coveting is. And there are actually 2 commandments against coveting. Did you realize that? Numbers 9 and 10, both against coveting. We only have 1 commandment against murder, 2 against coveting. 1 commandment about sexual purity, 2 commandments about coveting. 1 commandment about stealing, 2 commandments about coveting. That's how serious God takes this sin of the heart and how much he wants us to be content with what he has given us. That he has devoted 20% of the 10 commandments to fighting against coveting. Today, God wants us to know that we should be combating that coveting with contentment.